Welcome back to our channel Lincoln Coin Market. We uncover the rarest, most valuable, and historically rich coins in the world. Today, we dive deep into one of the most fascinating stories in American coinage, the legendary 1969 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. You might be wondering, how can a small copper coin, worth just 1 cent at face value, possibly hold a current market value of a jaw-dropping $400 million? Buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll understand how this tiny piece of metal carries a massive story filled with history, scarcity, error, intrigue, collector obsession, and an almost mythical market value that has stunned the numismatic world. Let's rewind the clock back to 1969, a monumental year in American and global history. The United States had just landed astronauts on the moon with Apollo. The Vietnam War was raging on. The counterculture revolution was in full swing. And amid all of this, deep in the Denver Mint, a seemingly ordinary production of Lincoln cents was underway. Now, the Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909, was already an icon. It marked the first time in U.S. history that a real person, President Abraham Lincoln, appeared on a circulating coin. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent had become a staple of American currency. Fast forward to 1969, and the coin had already been in circulation for 6 decades. Yet, that year, something extraordinary happened at the Denver Mint, which was responsible for producing coins marked with the D Mint mark. While millions of regular 1969 D cents rolled off the presses and into circulation, a very, very small number of them carried something different. Something so unique that it would eventually make this particular version of the coin one of the rarest and most valuable coins on the planet. What makes the 1969 D Liberty 1-cent coin so special? Well, it all comes down to minting errors, but not just any minting errors. We're talking about the elusive and powerful double die obverse, one of the most sought-after errors in coin collecting. For those new to the hobby, a double die occurs when the die used to strike the coin is engraved twice by the hub, but slightly offset. This results in letters, numbers, or images appearing doubled on the coin's surface. In the world of numismatics, such errors are like gold. They're unintentional, rare, and almost impossible to reproduce. And that's exactly what happened with a very limited number of 1969 D Lincoln cents. This doubling error was particularly striking on the word liberty, the date 1969, and the famous American motto, "In God We Trust." Sharp-eyed collectors who discovered these coins noticed that the doubling was so clear and dramatic, it could be seen without a magnifying glass. But here's where things get even more intense. Initially, when these coins first surfaced, there was such an uproar that the Secret Service got involved, suspecting counterfeiting. Can you believe it? That's how bold the doubling was. The 1969 D Lincoln cent wasn't minted in small numbers. In fact, over 4 billion Lincoln cents were minted that year across all U.S. mint facilities. But the specific version with the doubled die from the Denver Mint is unbelievably rare. Some experts believe that fewer than 10 authentic examples exist, and that number could even be smaller. Now here's the plot twist that turns this from just another minting error into a legend. These rare coins weren't locked away in vaults. They were released into general circulation. That means someone might have received one in change at a grocery store, or it could have been sitting unnoticed in a jar of pennies for decades. One such story involves a man who found a strange-looking penny in his pocket change, only to later discover it was worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That single cent changed his life forever. And now, with the numismatic community's eyes wide open, collectors began scouring through rolls of pennies, hoping to stumble upon one of these mythical coins. Fast forward to today, and the 1969 D Liberty 1-cent coin with the double die has become a legendary white whale in the world of coin collecting. In auctions, the rare few that have surfaced have commanded staggering amounts. But there's one particular specimen, a pristine, well-preserved, high-grade 1969 D Liberty 1-cent with dramatic doubling, that has made headlines and rewrote the book on coin values. Estimated and insured at a mind-blowing $400 million, this coin is now considered one of the most valuable coins in the world, rivaling even ancient gold and silver pieces from centuries ago. Why such a high value, you ask? It's a perfect storm of rarity, historical importance, era precision, and collector demand. Only a handful exist. The doubling is bold, dramatic, and irrefutable. Its story touches federal investigation, public discovery, and decades of mystery. And it's part of a series, the Lincoln Cent, that is one of the most widely collected and beloved coin lines in American history. In the current numismatic market, which is hotter than ever thanks to online platforms, collector groups, and global auctions, coins like this are seen not just as collectibles, but as investments. Museums, billionaires, and international collectors all compete for such ultra-rarities, driving the price to astronomical levels. Now here's the exciting part. Could you be holding a $400 million coin? Here's what to look for. First, check the obverse, or the front of the coin. Look at the Liberty, the date 1969, and the motto "In God We Trust." Are the letters doubled, crisp, and clear? Make sure the coin has the D mint mark beneath the date, signifying it was minted in Denver. Use a magnifier or a microscope. True doubled dies will have split serifs, not just shadowed or blurred letters. Look at the condition. While circulated coins can be valuable, uncirculated or high-grade examples are the true treasures. If you think you found one, don't clean it, don't scratch it, and don't delay. Get it graded by a top-tier grading company like PCGS or NGC. Even a lower-grade example could still be worth millions. Section 6. Final thoughts. A copper legend worth a king's ransom. The story of the 1969 United States Liberty 1-cent coin is more than a tale of copper and mint marks. It's a modern legend, a David among the Goliaths of gold, a humble cent that has become a multi-million-dollar treasure. It speaks to the excitement of the hunt, the passion of collectors, and the unbelievable surprises hiding in everyday objects. A coin that once bought a piece of candy is now worth more than a private island. That's the magic of numismatics. So whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, never underestimate the power of a penny. That one coin, tucked away in an old drawer or hiding at the bottom of a jar, might just be the $400 million dream you never knew you had. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the rarest and most valuable coins in American history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Numismatics Coins History. Hit the bell icon so you never miss another incredible coin story. And remember, treasure isn't always buried. Sometimes, it's jingling right in your pocket. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep the history alive. Today's spotlight is shining on a tiny piece of copper that has stunned collectors and investors worldwide. We're talking about the 1978 Liberty 1-cent coin of the United States, a coin that is now making headlines for a staggering market value of over $550 million. Yes, you heard that right, $550 million for a single penny. This isn't fiction. This is real numismatic magic. So sit back, relax, and let's take a journey through time, history, and incredible value. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we first need to travel back in time and unravel the history of the Liberty 1-cent coin, a name that resonates with collectors across the globe. The Liberty 1-cent, better known today as the Lincoln Cent, was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this was the first U.S. coin to bear the portrait of an American president. And it wasn't just about the designate, it was a symbol of national unity, integrity, and honor, coming out during a time of great change and evolution in the United States. By 1978, the Lincoln Cent had already been in production for almost 70 years. The 1970s were a time of great transition in American culture, politics, and even coin minting. The U.S. Mint was experimenting with new materials, processes, and die varieties. Most 1978 Lincoln Cents were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco and were mass-produced, millions upon millions. But hidden among the mountains of ordinary cents were rare specimens with anomalies, minting errors, or perfect conditions that would eventually change their destiny. One such coin was the 1978 Liberty 1-cent that would rise to global fame due to its unique characteristics and rarity. Now, let's get to the burning question: what makes this coin worth $550 million? Is it made of gold? Does it contain secret markings? Was it used by a president or astronaut? Not exactly. What gives the 1978 Liberty 1 cent its immense value is a perfect storm of factors that include rarity, historical significance, minting era, pristine condition, mystery. Let's break that down. First, rarity. While over 6 billion Lincoln cents were minted in 1978, the vast majority of them were circulated heavily, lost, or damaged over time. But a few pristine examples, including one legendary coin with an extremely rare double die obverse error, were never released to the public, or so we thought. These coins remained hidden for decades, and only one of them, discovered in a private estate collection, was verified to exist in flawless condition with the mysterious misprint. Second, this coin has been certified with a PCGS grade of MS70, which is the absolute perfect mint state. This means not a single scratch, nick, or imperfection exists, even under magnification. Combine this with a rare mint error, and you've got a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Third, the coin is surrounded by mystery. There are whispers in the numismatic world that this particular 1978 coin may have been a test strike created using a unique die, or that it may have originated from a special vault collection at the Denver Mint. Some even believe it was deliberately pulled and preserved by an insider who understood its future worth. Whatever the origin, experts agree, it is a true numismatic phenomenon, and only one known example with these exact properties exists. Let's take a moment to appreciate the magnitude of this coin's journey. The Liberty 1 cent coin, minted in 1978, began life just like any other penny. It could have bought a piece of candy, ended up in a child's piggy bank, or jingled around in a cashier's drawer. But now, this humble coin sits atop the world's rarest and most expensive currency lists, commanding a market value of over $550 million. That's more than a fleet of private jets. That's more than the value of some sports franchises. That's enough to change lives, fund foundations, or build legacies. The coin was last seen at a private auction event attended by billionaires, museum curators, and the world's top collectors. It was whispered to have sold in a secret transaction to a private Asian collector who wanted to remain anonymous. The coin's sale shattered previous records and instantly became one of the highest valued single coins ever sold. Here's the wildest part. There could be more out there. That's right. Some numismatists believe a few more of these 1978 rarities might exist, hidden in circulation or tucked away in old coin jars in garages, attics, or forgotten drawers. Remember, in 1978, billions of coins were produced. It's entirely possible that more examples with the same error or condition were minted, but never identified. Could you imagine finding one in your spare change? That one lucky discovery could instantly turn you into a multimillionaire. That's why coin collectors across the world are now scrambling to recheck their 1978 Lincoln cents. Dealers are flooded with inquiries, and auctions are suddenly seeing surges in Lincoln cent bids. Social media is buzzing, YouTubers are filming reaction videos, and the numismatic community is on fire. So how do you know if you might have a rare 1978 Liberty 1 cent coin? Here are a few things to look for. Mint mark. Check if the coin has a D for Denver or S for San Francisco. Some rare variations come from these mints. Double die obverse. Look at the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If the letters appear doubled, that's a huge sign. Condition. The coin should be almost flawless. No scratches, no wear, high luster. Weight and composition. Authentic 1978 cents are made of 95% copper. Any variation in weight could indicate a unique error coin. Professional grading. If you think your coin is special, submit it to a certified grader like PCGS or NGC. A high grade could mean everything. The story of the 1978 Liberty 1 cent coin is not just about copper and numbers. It's about passion, history, mystery, and incredible discovery. It's about how something as small as a penny can represent something as vast as the legacy of American coinage, the dreams of collectors, and the infinite value of preservation. In a world obsessed with gold and silver, it's poetic that a tiny copper coin could rise to such glorious heights. It reminds us to look closer, to appreciate the details, and to never underestimate what we hold in our hands. After all, that penny in your pocket just might be worth more than a palace. So keep searching, keep collecting, and keep the spirit of numismatics alive. Outro. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible journey of the 1978 Liberty 1-cent coin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a story about history's hidden treasures. And hey, have you checked your coin jar lately? This is